Let's take a look at how we can configure multiple axes on the EasyChart component. As you can see here with my chart, I'm showing two tags, level and pH, and they both have completely different value ranges. So the level tag, the blue one, is going between 10 up here to 90, and the pH value is going between 0 and 5. Now because they're on the same axis, it's hard for me to see the detail of the pH value since the level is throwing off the axis, since the values up here are so high. We can actually put these tags into different axes. We can do that in the customizer of this component. So we can right click here, go down to customizers, and select the EasyChart customizer. In here on the second tab, we can add one or more axes to the component. So right now there's already one in here. It's called default. That's auto ranging here that both of my tags are inside of. So on the top right, I can add a new axis. I'm going to call this one pH. The label is what you would see on the screen. I'm going to call this one pH as well. The axis can be a numeric, logarithmic, or symbol. I'm going to make mine numeric. I can specify the colors of this. Here I'm going to make this all blue. You see the position here is disabled. There's a property in the component that will auto position all of the axes. If you turn that off, you can then go and specify the position of each one of the axes that you add. At the bottom, you can specify how you want the range to be, auto range or not. If you don't auto range, you can put a lower and upper bound in here. If you auto range, then you can actually put a margin here, which is a kind of a plus or minus at the top or bottom, so you get a little padding so that I can see the entire trend. So the value doesn't go all the way to the very top or bottom of the chart. So I'm going to make mine auto range. At the bottom, you can specify some tick units, but basically that's it. Go ahead and press OK. Now I have two axes here. Once you have the axes, you have to go over to your pens and put each pen into a different axis, depending on which one you want it to be in. So for example, pH, I'm going to click on that row, go edit. I'm going to put the pH into the pH axis here. So there's a drop-down list where you can select that axis. The level tag is inside of the default axis. So now they're both in different axes here. As soon as I press OK, I will now see that the pH value, I can see clearly the entire range. On the right hand side, I can see the pH axis. Left hand side, I can see the default one. So now I'm using different axes for the component. And of course, if I go into preview mode and I turn off level and press apply down here, I'm only going to show the pH axis for that pH value. If I show only the level, again, I only get the default axis. But if I show both, I get to see them both in here, and one's not going to throw off the other.